Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestling Debate and to another edition of Raw out of 10. And of course Monday Night Raw is heating right up at the moment. We're getting closer and closer to the Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar's WWE Champion. It's all popping off. So yeah, of course we've got a big episode of Raw coming up today. So let's get straight into our review, which starts off with Brock Lesnar kicking off the show with his advocate Paul Heyman, also alongside him, and Bobby Lashley came out to join them with MVP after telling Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin off backstage. The Almighty told his former stablemates that her business was over. In the ring, Lashley said that Brock had been ducking him for 20 years. Brock fired back, saying that if they met earlier, he would have beaten Lashley. Then he made jokes about each other, and Lesnar called Lashley a Brock Lesnar wannabe before walking out. Cedric and Shelton tried to attack Lashley, but that wasn't a particularly bright idea. And yeah, he beat them down. But yeah, the promo just to kick us off, the introduction phase, yeah, it was decent enough. I mean, the Hurt Business splitting up was weird, but you know, the main business was Lesnar and Lashley, and that was all good. Before backstage, Randy Orton told Riddle to get serious and tag him in if he had any trouble in the match, which was against Alpha Academy for the Raw Tag Team titles. Riddle and Gable kicked off the match, and Chad grounded the original Bro early on before taking some big kicks and hit a dive outside. After a break, Riddle made the tag to Randy, who came in and tried to hit a double DDT. Gable and Native blocked the move, and Chad was dropped from the ringside. Randy tried for an RKO to Gable, but he blocked it, pushing Orton into Otis, who hit the power slam for the sudden win. And the arena was in stunned silence. So I did not see this coming, but I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I kind of would like to see more build before they drop the title, but you know, it is. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Damian Priest announced he would be taking part in the Royal Rumble before joining the Street Profits backstage. They were set to take on the Dirty Dogs and Apollo Crews in a 6-man tag team match, and that's what's happened. Crews and Paul kicked off the match, and Montez was isolated early on. However, he was unable to make the tag to Priest, and he came in and kicked Rude and Ziggler in the face before hitting splashes in the corner. Rude was blocked a broken arrow by Priest on Ziggler as Raw continued. Dawkins came in with a big drop kick. Dawkins then tagged in and cleaned the ring before Apollo broke his pin on Rude. Priest took Crews down on the outside before Ford hit a dive on him. In the ring, Rude and Ziggler cornered Dawkins and hit them with a combined finisher, picking up the W. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Perfectly decent match. Surprised the heels won, to be honest, but you know, for what it was fine. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Seth Rollins was out next and said he was excited for Royal Rumble, where he planned to be the new Universal Champion, beating Reigns out. Biggie then interrupted him and announced that his entry into the Royal Rumble, he planned to win the Royal Rumble and then become World Champion at WrestleMania. Biggie challenged Rollins to a match, and Seth tried to weasel his way out before accepting it. Rollins got the early advantage with a boot and sent Biggie out for a dive. He blocked the second dive before hitting a splash on the apron. Back after a break, Rollins got a knee strike through the apron before getting on the top rope knee in the ring for a near fall. Biggie speared Rollins off the apron before he headed for another break. We returned to see Rollins take a few belly suplexes in the ring before Biggie got a near fall and tried to block Rollins' spear off the apron. Biggie tried a big ending on the top rope, but Rollins blocked it and got a stomp and picked up the win. Rollins had gained some favourable momentum heading into the match with Roman Reigns, of course. And as for Big E, yeah, that's where my kind of concerns coming in, because yeah, I mean, it's a decent match and all of that, but Big E, his downfall recently has been quite alarmingly sharp. So yeah, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10, just not because of Rollins, but for the Big E side of things. Next up on Raw, Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash were in the ring. And Ripley said it's best friends part ways. They argued about who was the better wrestler before Ripley walked out of the ring. Rhea came back and the duo gave each other hugs before Nikki unloaded on Ripley. This was another shocking moment that I didn't really see coming, to be honest. And yeah, Nikki Ash is here. I'm not sure how to feel about it. I hope she goes back to her old Nikki Cross character, because I feel that'll work better. But you know, it is what it is. I'm surprised, but you know, it's decent enough. Backstage, Reddy and Dana Brooke barely escaped the sour R-Truth and Tamina before the 24/7 title mob ran into Amos. The big guy nearly took Reggie out and asked him to watch what he does tonight in the ring, because he will do the same to Reggie next week. And yeah, it's basically him against a promotional calendar. And yeah, Amos tossed him around and hit a clothesline, hitting a big slam. He then hit another slam before pinning his opponent with just one for typical kind of Braun Strowman 2016 style squash matches. Yeah, it was fine. It is what it is. I'll give it a 6. No, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 because we didn't get a review the AJ feud, but whatever. Edge was out next on Raw, and Beth Phoenix timed in to join him on the cutting edge. The Rated R Superstar said the two of them had never been in a match together and recalled Phoenix's career and ran a video package before they talked about Miz and Maurice. Phoenix said that they were going to shut the It couple up for good at the Royal Rumble before Miz and Maurice came out. The Miz taunted Edge and Beth before running a video about Maurice's career. Edge and Beth fired back and said that Maurice was suddenly really quiet after Phoenix showed up. Miz was talking for his wife and threatened Beth on her behalf, not noticing that Maurice had quietly retreated backstage. Once he realised Maurice was gone, Miz retreated as well before the show continued. And yeah, typical Miz kind of style promo. I mean, it's just like building towards the Royal Rumble, another decent step in the right direction. That's all it really was, really. Austin Theory v AJ Styles was up next on Raw. Austin got some big moves early on and sent AJ outside before knocking him off the apron with a drop kick. Back after a break, AJ got some big moves in and took Theory down, but Austin blocked the Styles clash. Theory got a near fall off a neck breaker before AJ tried for the phenomenal forearm, only to be wiped out by Waller at ringside. AJ took a beating but managed to turn it around and Waller retreated. Just booked out to that match tomorrow, of course, on NXT. I wonder if that took a precedent over the Amos match this week, but we shall see if that feud continues. I don't really have high hopes, to be honest, but yeah, for what it was fine, nothing really special. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Alexa Bliss was in a psychiatrist's office and hinted at the fact she'd been undergoing treatment after losing Lily. The creepy girl, she was still not really back to her old self as she trashed the doctor office and yelled before Raw moves on. Becky Lynch was out next and was eager to watch 3 women fight for the right to challenge her title. But yeah, back to the Alexa Bliss stuff. It's interesting, kind of intrigued to see where it goes. I kind of hope we get normal Alexa Bliss back, to be honest. All 3 women ran at each other and Doudrop was sent out of the ring before she dragged Belair outside, allowing Morgan to get back in control. Belair blocked the powerbomb from Doudrop as Raw continued before she hit a double splash on Bianca and Liv. Doudrop then blocked a Hurricane Roller and sent Morgan and Belair for a near fall. Doudrop locked in a hold as the match went on, but and splash in the corner, but Liv missed the cannonball. Morgan tried her double stomp, but Doudrop tossed her around the ring. Back after the break, Liv tried for a roll-up on Doudrop after hitting a runner on Belair, who was at the top rope. Morgan knocked in the ring assassin, and Belair got out of it and tried to lift her for a slam before Morgan got her knees up and countered it, sending Belair into turnbuckles. Doudrop came back at Liv, who had a powerbomb before Belair got to the splash and was trying to pin Doudrop, but Belair slammed Liv onto Doudrop and looked set to finish the match. Lynch interfered and sent Bianca over the announce desk. Doudrop took advantage of the distraction and got the splash in the corner on Liv for the win. After the match, Lynch stepped in for a handshake with Doudrop, but then tried for the manhandle slam before being tossed out of the ring as Raw went off the air. Yeah, this was intriguing stuff. Doudrop, I really like it as a challenge. It kind of builds like Lynch, Belair, maybe for Mania. So yeah, overall I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Overall, Raw this week gets a 5 out of 10 from me. Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of Raw this week. To be honest, yeah, there were lots of stuff going on, but I wasn't a massive fan of a lot of it. The main event was good, but the rest of the show, I'm really not sure about it at all, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Remember thoughts, comments down below. Follow on to the subscription mode for daily wrestling news. And subscribe to my channel on the screen right now. That would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.